Hi everyone, my name is Drazi. Welcome back to Drazi Plays with Wasteland 3. In the previous episode, we killed off a bunch of crazy Dorseys, and we were just about ready to get into a transport vehicle. So let's load our save and get the show on the road. And here we have Sphinx and Phoenix and Major Tomcat. Let's group them up and get into that vehicle.
Was that Major
Oh,
Prasad?
hi Jody.
They got her? God
Yes,
damn it.
they got
Fuck
her.
this place. Fuck it.
Angela Death was part of the Ranger team which destroyed base Cochise. I think Angela Death was a character in Wasteland 2.
Welcome, Rangers. You may approach the Patriarch.
Well, that is mighty kind of you. You seem to be in Colorado Springs.
3 when there were 50. Cold logic says I should turn you away. That there aren't enough of you left to do the job at hand. But that Dorsey ambush was my fault. And I owe you more than explanations and apologies. So, here's something more tangible. The Dorseys didn't just attack you. They attacked my city. This one was trying to burn down our jail. If you want some vengeance for what was done to you, he's yours.
Ooh. Let's see what we can answer here. So we can kill the Dorsey. We can give him back to him. We have a leadership option here. Let's be good guys. Well, Patriarch, we actually believe in justice, not vengeance. You should give him a trial.
How civilized. Around here, we save trials for those whose guilt is in doubt. But if that's what you want, I'll introduce him to Judge Watkins. He always follows the law. I'd like to bring all the Dorseys to justice. And maybe, with your help, I will. But for now, let me address your immediate needs. In addition to this base, and the aid I promised your general, I'll be giving you the resources to return your force to full strength. Recruiting, training, and equipping. It's not enough. I know. The men and
That's a
women
good
you
start.
lost can never be replaced, but it's what I can give you. I hope you'll accept it.
First aid 2, do you have nerve damage? Your hands are shaking. We can thank him. All we want is to complete our vengeance on the Dorseys, but we won't say no to your help. Or better than nothing, as long as our deal's still in place. Or we can try to be hard asses here. I know from my previous playthrough that doing this is actually not a good idea. He doesn't like being seen as weak or being seen as ill. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to be very gentle about this and thank him for his help. Thank you, Patriarch. We appreciate anything you can do for us.
I'm glad to find you so amenable. I hope that means we're going to get along. Now, introductions.
Now that is a
My name
hammer.
is Saul Buchanan. I own Colorado, though you'll meet some who disagree. This base is your new home. From here, you'll aid my people and, more importantly, do the job I brought you here to do. Now, yes, Joe?
Pardon. Patriarch, it's Daisy. An update on the Garden of the Gods?
All right. Sorry, Rangers. Still putting out fires. Two of my best are waiting for you inside. Darius Quan of the Marshals and my old friend Sergei Greatsky. Go see him. I'll be in when I'm done here.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. So we have Jodie Bell sitting over there. Let's quickly talk to her.
I need to rest a spell. Catch my breath. That all right with you?
Yeah, sure. So, actually, how are your injuries? Are you recovering okay?
I'm still healing up. Go out and find your footing while I get back on my feet.
Don't mind if we do. Are you missing Arizona?
Oh man, more every day. This place is nice and all. Kind of majestic with all the mountains and wild weather, but it's hard to enjoy it when I know everybody back home is dying by inches. We gotta finish up our business with the Patriarch and get the supplies he promised us back home. People are counting on us. My folks are counting on us. Sorry, I just want to get this done and get back to them.
Okay, talk to you later, Jodie.
Later.
Then we have Immaculate. Let's talk to... Okay. Not the talkative kind. An elite enforcer.
No sudden moves around the Patriarch.
No, we won't. Trust me, we won't. Adamant.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You're also not very talkable or talkative. Another elite enforcer.
Moves around the Patriarch.
Yes, your colleague told us that already. And there's a lead guard.
Around the Patriarch.
Hello.
Not make
You guys
him calm down.
don't have many lines, do you? We have Diligent Joe over here.
Pleased to meet you, Rangers.
Pleased to meet you, Joe. Okay, so I guess we go in here.
Yeah.
No, these are the two guys he was talking about. Let's talk to them.
Welcome, Rangers. I'm Marshal Darius Quan, and this here's Sergei Greatsky.
Why don't you stop running into that poor bloke?
Good to meet you, Rangers. Glad to see some friendly faces. Been rough around here these last few days. Dorsey's attacked us too. Snuck inside Colorado Springs and killed a lot of people. Situation's under control now. Mostly.
So what were those Dorseys after?
The Patriarch. Thank God they never got near him. He's the only thing keeping Colorado from tearing itself apart.
And sorry about these alarms. Something must have triggered the old security system. Trouble is, there's a bunch of angry robots guarding the computer that shuts them off.
Yeah, the noise is kind of annoying.
How you deal with them is your call. Your base, your rules.
Angry robots? Why are there angry robots?
Yeah, weird, huh? They weren't active when we looked the place over a few days back, but... let's talk after you kill the alarms. I can hardly hear myself think.
Actually, not a bad idea. Oh, and he's done running into poor Sergei Greatsky here. So we need to go in there, I think. Oh, yeah, there's servitor bolts over here. And a station. Oh, some things we can lockpick. Let's see about turning off that alarm first, though.
Alarm. Alarm.
A rape alarm?
A warning to you in Aruba. Visit a secure, full-permit facility you commit trespassing against. Before foreign or you will be defeated.
we will be pathopathied. The base has been out of service for decades. Have you been on guard this entire time? Your security system is showing signs of neglect. We're from IT. We're here to fix you. Whoops, our mistake. We'll be on our way. Government you serve is long gone. Or we can attack. Let's go with the sneaky shit answer. 110 years, I assume that is. Okay, so other people have been here? Okay, well, as I said, let's go have a look here. This terminal is dusty and old, but when you press the power button, it flickers to life. The computer beeps and whirs for the first time in years. As it boots up, security alert flashes across the display. Every attempt to access a menu is met with command access only. Eventually, you query the machine for command's identity and it replies, command empty. Designate new command? Sure, this is our base. Let's install ourselves this command. A camera flashes above the monitor and terrible photos of your faces slowly appear on the screen, line by line. Command recognized. Security alert cancelled. And the infernal alarm is gone.
Well done, Rangers. Good to see the place up and running. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The reason you're here.
Well, we need your help to save our people back home?
As you may know, I have a daughter and 2 sons. Liberty, Valor, and Victory. 2 of them conspired against me, and the third blackens the Buchanan name with every breath he takes. Consequently, I banished him. They've been skulking in the shadows ever since, but lately there's been rumors that I'm on my last legs. Lies, of course, but apparently my dear children believe them, and they've started making new plans.
Remember that first aid 2 choice we had? I think there is something wrong with his health. So you need us to round him up?
Ain't you smart?
We are. Yes. Quite so.
I'm not worried about my children defeating me, Rangers. They won't. Not even Liberty. What worries me is the destruction they'll wreak as they fail. They'll tear my land and my people to shreds. They'll burn everything I've accomplished to ash. That's why they have to be stopped before they can start. That's why you, Rangers, have to find them and bring them home to me ASAP. And when I say bring them home, I mean bring them home alive. They're my blood. Kill them and we'll have a problem. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal clear.
Good. Then let me tell you where they are. Victory's holed up in Aspen.
Getting some new
Valor's
messages
under
here.
the protection of the Gippers in Denver. And Liberty's raising an army against me somewhere out on the Eastern Plains. Anything else you need to know?
Oh, lots. Well, we will need some more background on your kids before we go after them.
What do you want to know?
Well, for starters, I'm sure you have plenty of competent people here in Colorado. Why ask us to deal with your children?
Divided loyalty, that's why. I trust my guards, but they don't leave my side. Ever. Everybody else...
Your guards, I assume you're talking about these 2 here? The not-so-talkative ones?
Everybody else is making plans for when I'm gone. The 100 families, the Gippers, the Marshalls, they're all out for themselves. And they know my kids would make good figureheads, give them some legitimacy. Any Coloradan I send to bring Vic, Val, and Libby back home might think they'll get a better deal elsewhere. But not you. I'm the only one who can save your people. Nobody else can get supplies to Arizona before they starve to death. That's why it's you who's doing this. You've got the only loyalty that works. The loyalty of self-interest.
So what should we know about Victory?
Boy's never been right in the head. Since he was a baby, he'd torture cats, terrorize the servants, set the house on fire, and he's only got worse. The things he's done to the women he finds.
Okay, that sounds bad.
Anyway, I finally had enough and put the little monster under house arrest up in Aspen. Guess they weren't prepared because he escaped a while ago and then came back with a gang of freaks and turned the place into a slaughterhouse. Now he's on the radio, laughing about what he's gonna do to his hostages and daring me to come after him. He, claims he's captured some rangers as well.
No, that's not good. Well, we're gonna want those back, though. He'd better not hurt those rangers.
And if he does, you're still bringing him home alive no matter what. Remember?
I'll have to see about that, to be honest. But moving on, what kind of man is Valor?
Soft, spoiled, fiddled with computers all day instead of learning the arts of diplomacy and war. Finally packed him off when he accidentally crashed my security systems right before his sister's little coup attempt. Made him my official ambassador to the Gippers, hoping he'd do to their systems what he'd done to mine. That was a mistake. He took his revenge by convincing them to cut off oil shipments to my city. No oil means no heat, no light, and no food for my people. So getting Valor back and resuming oil shipments from the Gippers has to happen now.
Who are these Gippers?
Crazy cultists. Worship an old U.S. president as a god. Trouble is, they're the only ones who know how to refine oil anymore, so we gotta play nice.
Well, give us some more info about Liberty then.
Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. Problem is, she'd run it as a goddamn slave state. Everyone in chains, everyone working for her.
She sounds like a nice lady.
Wouldn't worry about her for now, though. Best to wait until you got a little more firepower. She's gonna be well protected.
So you're expecting her to try to usurp you?
She's already tried once. Got all the way to the palace steps before we chased her off. She's been licking her wounds out east ever since.
Okay, thanks for the info. We'll do our best.
You'd better. Anything else?
Well, there's a few things we'd like to ask about the Dorseys and that ambush.
Uh-huh.
Let's start with the basics. Who are these Dorseys?
The last dregs of a treacherous family. Thought I'd wiped them out years ago, but
Apparently you didn't.
mistakes linger, Rangers. I know that better than most.
And do you think Vic, Val, or Liberty were behind the attack on our convoy?
Possibly. But I know the Dorseys from the old days. They don't take orders well. Then again, I wouldn't have guessed they'd have the guts to attack both you and Colorado Springs at the same time. So somebody put some fire in them.
But you said earlier that the ambush was your fault? Why is that?
My staff and I coordinated the details of your arrival using coded transmissions on radio frequencies we thought were secure. Obviously, they were not.
Obviously.
And you paid for it. I take full responsibility.
And so you should. Alright, enough about the Dorseys.
What else do you need?
Well, you have been very generous already, but after all we've lost, there are a few things we could use here and now.
Name them.
Guns and ammo. Hand-to-hand weapons, no. Mines and grenades. Armor. So basically we get to ask him for some gear. I think. Let's ask for guns and ammo.
Understandable. I'll have Joe send you a few things once we get back to Broadmoor Heights.
Okay, thank you for the briefing, Patriarch.
Of course. Now, if you want a chance to impress me and maybe get a little payback, that call I got outside was from Sheriff Daisy, the head of the marshals in Colorado Springs. She's having trouble rousting some Dorseys who have been holed up in the Garden of the Gods since their raid fell apart. Why don't you go give her a hand? Show us what the Rangers can do.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear. I expect great things from you, Rangers. Do good work. All right, let's move out.
Did we just level again? And that's them moving out. Mission log. We have a new mission. To view its details, use J to open the mission log. Let's have a look. Primary missions progress the main story. Secondary missions are optional side quests. You've just received the primary mission Cornered Rats, so your next step should be paying a visit to Sheriff Daisy in downtown Colorado Springs. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Cornered Rats. Shortly before we arrived at Peterson Air Force Base, a large group of Dorseys attacked Colorado Springs. The attack failed and most of the holdouts are holed up the Garden of the Gods. The Patriarch asked us to help his marshals deal with them. For rewards, we'll get a Ranger HQ Brig Warden, Merc Armor, Merc Helmet, and Merc Leggings. And we need to talk to Sheriff Daisy in downtown Colorado Springs. Oh, Patriarch said we can start earning some goodwill by helping his marshals deal with the remainder of the Dorsey forces. We should talk to Sheriff Daisy at the Marshal headquarters in Colorado Springs. Okay, we have a couple of other quests. Level 17, level 19, and level 9. Let's look at the level 9 first. The Zealot. Valor Buchanan. Oh, these are the quests to get his children. Valor Buchanan, the Patriarch's younger son, has allied himself with the Gippers in Denver. The Reagan fanatics have cut off the oil supply for Colorado Springs, and the Patriarch wants both his son and the oil back. Okay, he mentioned they were worshipping an old US president. So I think they must be talking about Ronald Reagan there. Travel to Denver. Travel to the ruins of Denver and locate Valor Buchanan. Not right now, level 9 seems a bit high. And let's not even mention level 17 and level 19. So, the Psychopath. Vic Buchanan, the Patriarch's son, recently re-emerged from exile with an army of drugged adult freaks at his back and has taken the mountain town of Aspen. The Patriarch wants him returned to Colorado Springs alive. Travel to Aspen and arrest Vic Buchanan. Victory Buchanan, the Patriarch's eldest son, has invaded the town of Aspen. It sounds like anyone who was there when he arrived is dead or about to be. The Patriarch told us he's heard that Vic has some rangers held hostage. Level 17, they're gonna have to wait a little bit. And then the traitor. Locate Liberty Buchanan, the Patriarch's daughter, and bring her back home to Colorado Springs. Discover the whereabouts of Liberty Buchanan. She has disappeared. We need to figure out where she is, but without any leads we can't make forward progress on this mission. So I guess Cornered Rats is the only thing that's within our capabilities at the moment. But let's have a look at these attributes and skills that we can add. Increasing attributes. Starting at level 3, your rangers will earn 1 attribute point per level. Attributes always cost 1 point to upgrade. Attributes are the source of all your vital stats. Want to live longer, run faster, shoot straighter, or hit harder? There's an attribute for that. So we have 1 point. I believe that as of this level, as of level 3, we get 1 every level. Speed gives me slightly higher initiative. We could go for more charisma. I think we want to give him a little bit more strength, because with his shotgun he's always running in pretty close. So some more hit points can't hurt. Let's do that. And then go to skills. Let's confirm that. We again have 3 skill points. Think we want to put 1 there. Let's put 1 there and 1 in first aid. And then Phoenix has also leveled up. Let's look at her attribute point first. This gives us an extra skill point, so let's go this way, I think. And it adds 2% critical chance, so yes, let's do that. Confirm. So she has 4 skill points. I see no reason not to distribute them this way. And let's also take another look in our inventory. Confirm the skill points. And this is where we get a tutorial for inventory intro. Welcome to the inventory screen. From here you'll be able to see all the items you are carrying, view their stats and information, equip them to your characters, and more. There are no limits on the number of items you can carry at once. Okay, well, that last part is good to know. Accessing item options. You can right-click on any of your items to see extra actions you can do with them. For example, this is an easy way to quickly heal up your ranges after combat. Okay. Inventory viewing stats. To view your character's stats, you can left-click the derived stats button while in the inventory screen. These stats are primarily determined by your attributes, but certain skills, your equipment, and any active status effects will influence them as well. Then field stripping. Any weapon can be broken down into spare parts by field stripping it. If you have a very low barter skill, you can sometimes get a better price from merchants for the parts than for the weapon itself. With the Scrounger's Touch perk, field stripping also has a chance to grant weapons mods. Okay. Good to know. Let's have a look, because we did pick up some armor. You already have a scout armor, so let's give you the scout pants. And then we put that on you. So what do we have for guns here? Nothing we can, or weapons, nothing we can do anything with. Okay, that's our ammo. So we only have think shotgun shells, yes, I think that's the ammo for this shotgun. So we need to be a little bit sparing with the ammo for this one. We do have plenty of ammo for that one though. And you need the 30-06 ammo, which is this one. Okay, that's also enough, and I'm sure we'll find weapons that use this. Not sure. Then, so we have 8 med hypos, a few medic packs, a bunch of other things. Oh, we didn't need those cigarettes on Major Tom, so can we use those? Use item on self. Plus 10% crit chance for 36 turns. Okay. Well, let's not do anything silly with those. Okay. Now we did see a few things we could open with picklock here, so let's do that. Let's group everyone up. What's that? Oh, it's a radio. We find an old journal, which has a plastic holographic cover featuring a jet that bangs and turns depending on the angle you look at it. On the inside of the cover is written, Journal of Ali Bleu. And an empty can, or a couple of empty cans of Aquanet. No bad hair, just bad air. Let's just grab all that. And then let's go to the container. More ammo. Some money, and a Casio watch. Stylish, but it's long stopped working. Oh, more things over here. More ammo, money, a cigarette butt that has puffed its last. And tax evasion for morons. I think we already got that one. Oh, large container. Ooh, another shotgun. I think it's the same one actually as the one that we already have. More shotgun shells, money, scrap, and a pocket dock, an armor mod for chest armor, which gives +1 armor and +10% healing. Mounted to a piece of chest armor, this small box supplements medical treatment with sophisticated vitals data. We're gonna need somebody with modding to be able to do that. And that's where the game decides to explain weapon and armor mods to us. In the Wasteland, you'll find both weapon and armor mods. Installing a mod will improve any equipment it's attached to, but once installed, they cannot be removed. To install a mod, one of your squad members must have the necessary weapon modding or armor modding skill level. Modding your gear. To install a weapon or armor mod, select the weapon or armor you want to upgrade and choose the modify option under it. Different mods require different armor or weapon modding skill levels. The better the mod, the harder it is to install. That makes sense. And then there's another container over here. Ooh, more armor. Rat Tech pants. They require 4 strength though. And give +3 armor. That's good. Merc armor gives 4 armor. And more Rat Tech armor. Okay, we're gonna need someone with 4 strength to wear all that. This, on the other hand, is a nice replacement. So let's put that on Sphinx. No, on... Yeah, let's put it on Sphinx. This one. So it looks like we can equip this actually. We're just getting a combat speed penalty. I don't think I want to do that, to be honest. Let's just hang on to this until we can give him extra strength. Oh yeah, we wanted to check that shotgun. Skeet Hunter, Skeet Hunter. Yep, exactly the same. Okay, well, let's go talk to those guys outside. They gone? Oh, no, there they are.
Come talk to me when you've got a moment. Want to discuss staffing and recruiting, that kind of thing.
Sure, sounds like a good topic to discuss.
Good job, Rangers. Nice to be able to hear ourselves think again. And now that it's quiet enough to talk, let me reintroduce you to the great Sergei Greatsky, who's going to be helping you with personnel.
The great Sergei Greatsky. Yeah. Not your most inventive nickname, though.
Hi again, Rangers. Damn sorry about your people. But now that you're here, we'll do what we can to get you back on your feet and find you some new recruits, just like the Patriarch promised you. And I already got you one of the best. Meet Marcelo Gonzalez, electronics wizard, radio technician, and former dispatcher for the Marshals. He'll be your radio operator.
Okay.
Howdy, Rangers. While you were dealing with the alarms, I took the liberty of installing a combat AI in your vehicle. Should help you out. If you want to chat, I'll be in the operations room getting things up and running.
Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad?
And another tooltip. Ranger HQ recruiting Rangers. Speak to Sergeant Greatsky to hire new Rangers for your squad. Your squad can have up to 6 members. No more than 4 can be Rangers. The other 2 slots may be filled by companions, such as Marshal Quan. Companions are unique NPCs who aren't officially Rangers, but want to help out all the same. You'll find plenty of companions on your journey throughout Colorado. Okay, let's continue this. Before we go, we have a few more questions.
Of course, ask away.
Well, can you guys tell us a bit more about yourselves?
Well,
Well, Sergei won't blow his own horn, so I'll do it for him. He's Colorado's greatest war hero. Fought by the Patriarch's side from the beginning and saved the old man's life about 100 times, right, Sergei?
75. Tops. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Slick here. Nobody knows the streets and alleys of Colorado Springs, or the people that live there, better than Dashing Darius Quan.
Dashing Darius Quan. No, that's a more inventive nickname. It's not the best, but it's more inventive.
You're too kind, Sergei.
So, you 2 volunteered for this?
Yeah, I was getting a little itchy doing the same old in the Marshals.
And retirement was driving me stir-crazy. Just sitting around listening to the paint peel. I jumped at the chance to help you folks out.
You both seem awful eager to help a group of unknown outsiders. Why are you really here?
It's no lie that I've been looking to leave the Marshals, but you're right. That's not the whole story. The Patriarch asked me to keep an eye on you, so here I am.
And I am truly sick of retirement. But, yeah, I'm doing the Patriarch a favor too.
At least I appreciate the honesty. But, so basically, you're spies.
Let's say liaisons. The Patriarch wants you to succeed, and he knows it's not going to be easy. You're strangers in a strange land.
There's some truth to that.
You don't know the politics. You don't know the personalities. Who hates who? Where the bodies are buried.
That's where we come in. We're here to make sure you don't make too many rookie mistakes, step on the wrong toes. And yeah, we're supposed to report back to the Patriarch about how you're doing. But you didn't really expect to be left completely to your own devices, did you?
Well, I guess you guys are right. So, what was the deal with the alarms and the robots?
Not sure exactly. We came by a week and a half ago and it was stone quiet.
We were gonna get the place cleaned up before you got here. But then the Dorseys attacked the city, so it got put on the back burner.
Something must have triggered the security systems between then and now. Could have been anything.
So, how long did you say this place has been abandoned?
Patriarch chased out the last
Recently, it's been mostly outlaws and refugees. We should check around to see if there are any current occupants.
You mean you haven't checked around yet? Okay. I think that just bumped up to priority number 1 then.
Could be what set off the alarms.
Yeah, could very well be. So what's this deluge thing we've been hearing a lot?
Around these parts, we call the nuclear apocalypse the deluge of fire, because, well, that's what it was.
Noah's flood was the deluge of water. The nukes were the deluge of fire.
So that radio operator guy said something about putting a combat AI in our vehicle?
Gonzalez? He's a whiz with stuff like that. The AI will allow you to give the vehicle orders in combat without having to be inside it. Basically, it'll become another member of your squad.
Cool. Okay, that's all the questions we have for now.
Okay, what's next?
Let's talk about the next steps.
Absolutely. We can talk about recruitment anytime. And if you meet talented people in your travels, don't hesitate to sign them up. Now, you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it.
Yeah, surveying the base sounds good.
Perfect. That'll give you a chance to see if any of the junk around here is worth keeping before I toss it all out. After that, you might want to give Sheriff Daisy a hand. If you impress her, maybe she'll hook you up with some specialists for the base.
Yeah, the Patriarch said something about that too.
Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
Okay, thanks for the info.
One sec.
Yes,
Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are going to need as much help in the field as you will here in HQ. So, what if I joined your squad? At least until you find your feet.
That sounds good to me. Let's play a little hard to get here.
Well, I know this city like the back of my hand. And this city knows me. My time in the Marshals means I've got connections and trusted informants everywhere. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent scrapper. And, though it hurts my civic pride to say it, there are places around here where those things might come in handy.
Okay, thanks. We could definitely use the help.
Great. I'm at your disposal. Lead the way.
We will. Companions 1. You've recruited your first companion. Companions are a unique kind of squad member. Unlike the Rangers you create, companions are pre-made characters that have their own personality and agenda. Piss them off and they could leave you high and dry. In Companions 2, you can have up to 6 characters in your squad. Up to 4 of them can be Ranger recruits, leaving at least 2 spots open for companions. There's no reason not to take them along, provided you can maintain their loyalty. Okay, so we've got Marshal Quan. And then we can talk to Sergei Greatsky to basically create 2 more Rangers for our Ranger squad. But I'm gonna create those 2 off camera, and I'll get back to you guys once I'm done with that to introduce them to you. And the first one I'd like to introduce is Pegasus. Pegasus will be our demolitionist and explosives expert, and we're giving him the Explodomaniac background. So let's be honest, you're in the Rangers because you love bombs. If you could join an outfit with access to bigger ordnance, you'd be there. But the Rangers supply you with explosives and targets to blow up, so you can't complain. They also tend to yell a lot, which is good because you don't hear so well anymore. And the benefit of Explodomaniac is basically that we get 15% additional explosive damage. For a starting weapon, we're giving him a semi-automatic pistol. His attributes, we gave him a lot of coordination, so 8 coordination for the extra action points. And then we went into awareness for him because we want the extra perception and the extra range damage bonus. The hit chance is of less significance here because he's going to be shooting rockets. For skills, well, we gave him a pistol, so we have to make sure that he can at least shoot it if things get too close to him. Then we're going 3 into explosives, 3 into mechanics, and 3 into toaster repair. So toasters are a bit of a gimmick of the Wasteland series. You find toasters scattered throughout the world, and they always give you something special. And then finally, for a quirk, we went with 2-pump chump. If nice folks finish last, then you finish first every time. So he's gonna start combat with 2 additional AP for the first 2 turns, but after the first 2 turns he's gonna lose 1 AP and 15% hit chance for 6 turns. I think it's a pretty good trade-off here. The 1 AP isn't gonna matter all that much, and 50% hit chance, well, again, he's shooting rockets most of the time, so that's AoE and doesn't really get affected by that hit chance too much. Okay, next one up is Dragon. Dragon will be our big gun specialist. I'm hoping to specialize her in flamethrowers, so for her background we're going with Disciple of the Metal. The world burned in fire, and what was left was the metal. Across the wasteland, disciples like yourself were born to carry the song of metal into battle. As the song falls upon them, the metal transforms the wretched and powerful alike into howling furies, be they raider, ranger, master, or slave. And this will give us a 15% fire damage bonus. For her starting weapon, we're going with a heavy weapon, which regrettably is not a flamer. But okay, we'll get one soon enough. Her attributes, we went for 8 coordination because these big guns use a lot of action points, and 4 strength, partly for the extra con, and also to be able to carry the heavy guns. Skills wise, we're going with big guns evidently, and then 3 into nerd stuff, 2 into survival, and 3 into kiss ass. And finally, her quirk will be serial killer, just like Sphinx. So 3 extra AP for each kill in combat. And then, last but definitely not least, this is Range. Range is a bit of a special one. Wrench is gonna take care of our modding needs. So the only skills he has is armor modding and weapon modding. He's not gonna be joining us in the field. He'll be staying in Ranger HQ, and whenever we come back here, we'll let him loose on any mods we have and upgrade our weapons and armor for us. I'll quickly show you the rest of what we've made for him. So he is a bookworm. He grew up in the AG Center in Arizona. Raised among scientists, which means you know how to do research. It's not hard. People just aren't in the habit of picking up books anymore. Which is good, because no one knows all your clever jokes, and pickup lines are completely stolen from dead 20th century authors. He will be getting an experience bonus of 5%, which won't come into play, regrettably. Then for starting weapon we gave him submachine gun, but again, not relevant. His attributes, the man is all about the intelligence, just for the extra skill points. And the skills I already showed. And for quirk we went with Poindexter. And this might be the worst period in history to be a physically underdeveloped brainiac, but knowledge will always be power. So he'll be getting an extra bonus skill point every 2 level ups. At the cost of some con and con per level, but again, not planning on taking him out of Ranger HQ. And that is the team set. But that's gonna be it for this episode. In the next episode, we're gonna start exploring our base and probably make our way into Colorado Springs. So I'll talk to you then. If you enjoy what you see here, consider liking the video and or subscribing to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you later.